My younger brother was in London when the Martians fell at Woking, medical student cramming for a big exam. He didn't even hear about the invasion until Saturday morning. The newspapers ran with it long essays about Mars and hypothetical alien life. But tucked away in one tight little telegram was a chilling fact. The Martians had fired on a crowd with a rapid-firing weapon, killing many. Still, the article reassured everyone. The Martians remained trapped in their crater, likely immobilized by Earth's stronger gravity. Comforting words from people with no idea what was coming. At his biology cram school, students buzzed with curiosity, but the city outside kept its calm. By afternoon, the only news was about troop movements and a fire near Woking. By evening, the St. James's Gazette put out an extra edition. Telegraph lines were down. They blamed it on falling trees. No one knew the truth. My brother wasn't worried. The report said the cylinder had landed miles from my home. Curious, he planned to come see the Martians himself and sent a telegram. I never got it. That night, he caught a cab to Waterloo Station, but learned trains to Woking had been cancelled accident, they said, but no one knew what kind. Theater trains were rerouted, and no one connected the accident to Martians. A reporter even mistook my brother for a railway manager and tried to get a quote. That's how little people understood. Another report would later say all London was electrified by the news. In truth, most didn't even know. Sunday papers printed vague updates. Most people shrugged them off, just another sensational story. One paper said, "The Martians came out last night, destroyed Woking Station and nearby homes, and annihilated a full regiment. They're moving toward Chertsey. Maxims and field guns are useless." Still, many believed they were slow-crawling creatures, not war machines. Nobody writing those dispatches had actually seen them. By Sunday morning, my brother still had no idea. He went to church. There he heard a prayer for peace and saw his first headline. Alarmed, he rushed back to Waterloo. Still no trains. The Chertsey and Windsor lines were now dead. Telegrams had stopped altogether. "There's fighting near Weybridge," was all the porters would say. The station was chaos. People expecting visitors were confused and angry. A man in a boating jacket told my brother, "There's people fleeing Kingston with carts full of valuables." Guns were heard at Chertsey. "The Martians are coming." We thought it was thunder. Others on the underground were uneasy. Day trippers from Richmond and Kew returned early, spreading fragments of fear. Then, at 5 p.m., guns from Woolwich and Chatham thundered through the station, loaded on trains. The crowd roared. Soldiers were cheered. "Beast tamers," someone shouted. Police started clearing the platforms. My brother left. Outside, the world hadn't caught up. Salvation Army girls sang hymns. The skies over Parliament were golden and calm. But below that peace, a brown scum floated on the Thames, and someone muttered about a body in the water. In Wellington Street, men with hot-off press paper shouted, "Dreadful catastrophe, fighting at Weybridge, repulse of the Martians." London in danger. For the first time, my brother felt the fear. He learned the Martians were not sluggish beings, but towering spider-like war machines. Nearly 100 feet tall, moving with terrifying speed and firing a beam of concentrated heat. Artillery couldn't touch them. Only one had been destroyed by chance. The rest demolished entire batteries with a single shot. Still, the news spun optimism. They had retreated. London was defended. Reinforcements from every direction were arriving. Aldershot, Woolwich, even massive 95-ton guns. The government claimed there couldn't be more than 15 Martians in total, 5 per cylinder. They promised warning before any threat reached the city. Public was told, "Remain calm," so that reassurance filled the front page. There wasn't even time to write an editorial. In the Strand, people crowded around maps being pasted in shop windows. Buses stopped as passengers jumped off to buy the paper. Then came the refugees. A greengrocer's cart carrying a family and furniture. A hay wagon of weary, wide-eyed strangers. A grimy man pedaling a tricycle, white with fear. Many turned east, unsure where to go. Past Victoria, the bars were packed with stunned evacuees. Crowds, read papers, argued in the street, stared at strangers who didn't belong there on a Sunday night. Like Epsom on Derby Day, my brother said. Someone said Woking was gone. A man rode through Byfleet in the morning, telling people to flee. Then came the soldiers. Smoke in the south, guns at Chertsey. I locked up and left. Others blamed the government. Why weren't the Martians destroyed? Then, around 8 p.m., gunfire echoed through South London. My brother had to duck into back alleys to hear it over the traffic. He walked all the way home, uneasy now, thinking of me. Silent cannons, strange machines, the calm before catastrophe. Oxford Street had refugee carts. But further north, people strolled like nothing had changed, except for whispers in tight groups and stiffened walks in Regent S. Park. Late that night, church bells rang an odd time for evensong. Then door knockers, the pounding of feet and urgent voices. Policeman banged on his door. They're coming. The Martians are coming. His flat lit up. So did the whole street. Head after head poked out windows. No one knew what to do. A man burst into my brother's room half-dressed. What the hell is it? Fire, what a bloody row. Outside, cabs raced past. Policemen ran from door to door. The Salvation Army's bells rang in chaos. Then came the hawkers. London in danger of suffocation. Kingston defenses broken. Martians advancing. The headlines said it all. The Martians had unleashed black smoke, a poisonous cloud shot from rocket tubes. Guns were useless. Richmond, Kingston, and Wimbledon had been wiped off the map. There is no safety but in instant flight. That final line spread like wildfire. Panic followed. Black smoke. They screamed, "Run!" Lights flashed. A cart crashed. People swarmed into the streets. And over it all, the sky brightened into a soft, untroubled dawn. Next episode, the exodus begins. The black smoke descends. London flees. But the Martians have only just begun their march. Subscribe to witness the full-scale unraveling of human civilization and humanity's last desperate stand.